Hey there, this is Will from Yugen Bliss, The Road to Happiness. Feeling a little philosophical and kind of talk a little bit about history and stuff. And seeing as though I was on the health and wellness kick on the last video, um, let's talk about that for a little bit. And food having something to do with how it makes us feel, and there is a huge impact in that as well. And my opinion, this is just completely my opinion, and I feel along with everything else in our lives, we need to have complete balance, and I think that goes with food as well. We just need to be very careful and picky of where we're getting our food and how it's being processed in that process. Okay, in my opinion, I would rather get we eat both meat and vegetables. I just hadn't been eating vegetables lately, and we normally eat organic based foods mostly, especially our meats and stuff. We like we're in the process. I think my daughter this year, they're raising their own beef, and you guys have seen pictures of them and stuff like that, and they're well taken care of. And I think that is the wave of the future. I think that that's one huge step in being self-sustainable. And it does matter how that animal is being treated, for sure, of what energy comes out of that animal when it does pass. And I think that the Indians, and this is my history too, because the Native Americans weren't that long ago, and they lived on this land, and they lived off both meat and vegetables, and they had shamans and they had healers, and they had a good idea of life, I think, on the American plane. You know what I mean? Over here in Americas. And I believe that they were grateful, and they showed their gratitude when they made their animals. And I believe that, again, they showed why humanity and humans need to have a kind of a balance to have meat and plants. And this is just my perspective, and I know that people have their own opinions about that, and that's perfectly okay. I have nothing against a vegan. I have nothing against a person that eats meat, only meat. You know, I believe in balanced meals. I believe in having in moderation. And moderation is good. You know, that's balance. And I believe that we all should be eating in moderation with balance. And I believe that we need to know where our food's coming from. And I think up here in Maine, a lot of the people that really understand what Maine is really all about, and me living here all my life, you know, my grandparents and ancestors before me, they all had gardens and raised their own animals and had chickens, and that's what they lived off from, because back then they didn't have a Walmart store. They might have had a mom and pops where they could have got their bulk stuff, like their sugars and their flour and all that stuff, you know, but they didn't depend on it to live, you know. And so that's why I know that we both, not that I know, that I come to believe that we have to have and maintain balance, because balance is key. Balance is very important in our lives, because we can't have more than the other in any other aspects of our lives, because we become out of balance. Something in ourselves happens and we're not in flow. And it could be anything. And that's what this video is basically about, is we need to maintain and understand what we're putting into our bodies so we know what's coming out of it. And that's a part of us as being all mirrors, and that we all love. You know, we're made of love ultimately. And so that's basically what I wanted to say, guys. And I love you all, and thank you for, listening to my perspective. It's important to listen to everybody's perspective. That way we can get a better idea of ourselves and what we find could be the truth for us. And I don't mean us, but our own self. We're all tools in a lot of ways. And We just need to understand that we are tools, and we take what we can use and leave the rest for someone behind us that could use that, you know, and vice versa. You know what I'm trying to get at. All right, guys, I'll talk to you soon. I love making videos, and I feel so great. Thank you all. This is what I really love doing.